This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has met with representatives of more than 500 global and Arab companies operating in the sectors of technology, tourism, education, media, banking and healthcare in the UAE on the occasion of the holy month of Ramadan. The meeting concludes His Highness's Ramadan evening meetings for this year. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed exchanged greetings with the guests in the presence of Dubai's Crown Prince, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and Deputy Ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. During the gathering, the ruler of Dubai urged the heads of companies to focus on innovation and cooperate with relevant UAE authorities to enhance and promote the culture of innovation in the UAE and their countries. His Highness emphasized that these companies continue to be supported by him and the leadership, government, and institutions of the UAE. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed further noted that the human and financial rights of businessmen and investors in the UAE are protected by the country's laws, and that the UAE welcomes all Muslims and non-Muslims regardless of their race, ethnicity, nationality, and religion into its culturally and humanly consistent society. Following on from the announcement of 4 days of holidays for government employees on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr, holidays for the private sector have been announced by the Ministry of Labor. Employees of the private sector will get paid holidays on Eid al-Fitr starting on the first day and second day of Shawwal, with work to resume on the third day of Shawwal according to a ministerial circular issued by the Minister of Labor, Saqr Ghobash. This is expected to fall on Friday and Saturday. Normal work will resume on Sunday, what is believed to be the third day of Shawwal. The Islamic Crescent Observation Project has said that astronomically, Eid al-Fitr will be on Friday, July 17th in most Muslim countries, considering that sighting of the moon is a condition for the beginning of the month of Shawwal. However, the official Moon Sighting Committee, the body responsible for overseeing the sighting of the crescent moon, will officially announce the first day of the holidays later this week. If the first day of Eid falls on Saturday, then Saturday and Sunday will be paid holidays, with work resuming on Monday. As part of his scheduled tour of markets and hypermarkets across the country, the Director of Consumer Protection Department visited Carrefour in Deira City Center, where he stated that supermarkets across the country have complied with the regulations this Ramadan. In order to ensure the compliance of prices and regulations by shop owners and vendors, the Ministry of Economy has conducted more than 300 inspections around the country and has recorded some violations, which will be announced at a later date. Dr. Hashim Al-Nuaimi, the Director of Consumer Protection Department, continued his nationwide tour, where he inspected prices on offer at Carrefour. The inspection visits are in line with the ministry's strategy to ensure the correct pricing of fruit and vegetables in order to offer convenience for the consumers. Speaking during the tour, Dr. Hashim said large retailers hold a market share of around 85% and had a greater responsibility of offering convenience to the consumers. It was also added that supermarkets should also place more awareness signs for complaints and suggestions that consumers can make directly to the department. Commenting on the compliance, Dr. Hisham added that most shops owners have followed their recommendations this Ramadan, and there has been a drop in the number of consumer complaints.
Today I tried to begin start to round in Carrefour. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy with Carrefour, but I didn't found any screen for the wearing the consumer to change some bad behavior. I need to ask the management for the Carrefour why we don't put a screen in the Carrefour City Center hypermarket. And also, I found in the Carrefour, alhamdulillah, the price it is very good. And you see, hypermarket and supermarket and also grocery, it is in my control. And I try to tell you I am available with my team in all market, meaning in hypermarket and also supermarket and also grocery. And alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this year the market is very good and no any claim by increased price also in the market, especially in the hypermarket, because hypermarket covered more than 85% from the market to consumer buy it. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, today every consumer happy with all the item available and no any increase for any item, especially in Ramadan season.
The number of laborers injured at work in the capital fell by 11% last year, with 85 injuries compared to 96 the year before, according to police statistics. Colonel Mohammed Al-Amri, Director of Emergency and Public Safety at Abu Dhabi Police, said the reduction was caused by better awareness among laborers and employers about health and safety procedures. Increasing first aid training to laborers had also helped them deal with injuries before emergency services arrive. The head of the Community Ambulance Division in Abu Dhabi was also quoted as saying that the team's aim was to reduce response time and to ensure the stability of any injured workers while ambulances arrived. The department also ran outreach campaigns focusing on how to deal with domestic incidents, heart attacks, strokes, and diabetics, as well as delivering first aid for children. Finding work is the biggest challenge facing new graduates in the UAE, according to a research by Bay.com and YouGov. The survey found that 72% of fresh graduates said it was their biggest challenge, while 74% were considering setting up their own business. 3/4 of respondents said they were satisfied with the quality of higher education in the UAE, with 60% saying it had prepared them for the workplace. However, the majority of the sample, at 73%, said their college or university did not help them to identify job opportunities. Most respondents, 75%, feel that the biggest challenge they face in finding a job is the fact that employers are looking for candidates with previous experience. This was despite more than half having had work experience either before or during their time at university, partly because a rising number of universities are making internship a mandatory component of studies. When looking for their first job, 77% of graduates use or plan to use online job sites. The most common subjects studied were engineering at 28% and accounting and finance 21%. The challenge, however, seems to be increasing, with more than half of the region's population under 25 years old and 2.8 million young people entering the labor market every year. In fact, according to a recent report by the World Economic Forum entitled Rethinking Arab Employment, regional youth unemployment rates are the highest in the world, 27.2% in the Middle East and more than 29% in North Africa, which is more than double the global average. The Emirates Environmental Group, EEG, within the first months of summer through its recycling initiatives, has mitigated 156 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions, saved 190 cubic meters of landfill space, and saved 389 trees from being felled. For the summer of 2015, EEG has planned a plethora of recycling projects for the community to participate in. The programs aim to engage people from all sectors of the community, public and private organizations, academic institutions, and families from across the nation. During the month of July, EEG rolled out the One Route, One Community project, which is aimed at organizations, academic institutions, and families collecting papers, aluminum cans, plastics, toners, and mobile phones to qualify to plant a tree under the community's name. The project runs throughout the months of July to November. EEG's summer projects have seen an overwhelming response from the community, engaging people in a green initiative. For the last 2 weeks of Ramadan, EEG has launched a special campaign called the Ramadan Initiative with the aim to make this Ramadan a sustainable one. The target of this initiative is for the hotels in the UAE to collect and recycle with EEG aluminum cans and paper in order to qualify for the tree planting event. And finally, in the bulletin, following the community spirit of giving during the holy month of Ramadan, a group of volunteers from the youth environmental group Synergy came together to distribute iftar meals among Dubai municipality workers. More than 20 volunteers from the Synergy Group joined hands with Dubai municipality officials to distribute iftar packs to more than 300 workers that are based at Qusais landfill. The packs were to show appreciation towards the workers' hard work, particularly during Ramadan, with many workers fasting during the period. The packs were distributed by engineer Najil Radi, the head of waste treatment section at the municipality, who stated that Ramadan brings people from all backgrounds to come together and celebrate the holy month, adding that helping those in need is one of the key principles of Ramadan. The campaign, titled Convoy to Feed, is now in its third year and has so far provided iftar meals to more than 1,000 workers, with the Synergy Group founder Simran Vidivyas stating that it is important to take a part in such activities during the month of blessings, which will encourage the leaders of tomorrow to continue their humanitarian efforts.
We want to give back to the people who, do a lot for the landfill areas and have done their best to keep our environment as sustainable as possible here in Dubai. So along with Dubai Municipality and Choithram and Barakat, we've partnered to create these boxes which we distribute each year to the laborers as a way of saying thank you. And we started off with about 10-15 people, and today we have over 50 people joining us today. So it's definitely progressed over the past couple of years.
Ramadan is the spirit of generosity, giving people a good life, and especially the poor people. In Ramadan we don't eat or drink the whole day, in order for us to feel how those people usually feel without food, without drink, and that's why we tend to help people in this holy month.
Each iftar pack contained biryani rice, biscuits, water, and some juice, which was appreciated by the recipients. According to some of the workers, the gestures will allow many to celebrate the Ramadan festivities along with their colleagues, regardless of the cultural background.
Work has been good during this year's Ramadan, especially with shorter working hours for us. Our supervisors have looked after us well, and we are grateful for this gesture from the people who came here today. I look forward to having a good feast along with my friends.
This is a really good initiative from the municipality. There are many of us around the area that can't afford to buy a good meal for breaking our fasts. This will develop brotherhood amongst us colleagues, as this will offer us all a chance to celebrate the holy month together with our friends.